C-27J Spartan is the new advanced version of the tactical transport aircraft of the Italian Air Force, derived by the G222 under the requirements of the Armed Force and equipped with the same engines and various devices of the C-130J and perfectly integrated with trees in only 150 meters turning rate. In this particular condition, the aircraft weight is about 18 tons. To about 240 knots, ready for a new maneuver that makes this aircraft unique in its category. The crew is setting the Spartan for a complete turn around its roll axis, the so-called shnook. You can see the Spartan fly over V-3 line and after setting full nose up, rolling again upside down in front of it. Pay attention. Yeah, showing us its outstanding rolling capability. The Tono is a non-common maneuver for such a heavy cargo aircraft, just performed at 230 knots, the right speed value for what we call the ribbon. Alenia C-27J Spartan is the only cargo aircraft in the world capable to perform aerobatics like this. And we are extremely proud of it. Under control. Setting the right at idle position and the left one at maximum power, and as well as injured personnel with medical staff and equipment. Now after the flyby, a wide left turn in order to gain speed. And then point the crowd to perform a roll-out. The version delivered to the Italian Air Force is one of the richest and most complete, equipped with a digital map and a double head-up display, and an air-to-air refueling system with a self-protection defensive ASOP system. Point in the crowd. The Spartan of the Italian Air Force Flight Center now performs a roll-under with a sudden change of path, preparing for the last flight path of the demo program of 2015. Last maneuver of the demo program 2015 for the 27J Spartan is the steep approach. Steep approach is a technique used for approaching the ground inside hostile areas to land as soon as possible, avoiding enemy fire. And now the crew is setting the aircraft with full flaps down, impressively swooping down. And yes!
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands up together and wave this brave man to open. yourself. 6 and 16 changes to a different flight control mode. Rank yourself less responsive than normal.
Now, after burning turns and the few volts that you saw there, we now see the figures.
Is the former leader of robotic coordination and unified. Correct. Ladies and gentlemen, is the former leader of robotic coordination and unified. Correct. Ladies and formazione, allora permetteteci anche qualche. Then, airshow, wide, smoke. 3, 2, 1, ready for the first opening.
sprinter. Pilot deploying is flying at the right side of the runway. Display line up into a big barrel roll, and now we'll see the first change of formation out of this as the two wingmen move forward into line abreast for the line abreast loop. Leading the team in the centre of the formation here is Captain Nofan Al-Grer, who graduated from the King Hussein Air College as a fighter pilot in 1997. He flew the Northrop F5, then the Zafra Mirage F1, and joined the Royal British Falcon in 2008. Moving back into this formation, a very uncomfortable -3G inverted dive out of that half Cuban, pulling out into regular flight. Landing in this sixth formation, pulling up into the loop. These were found at the head of the late King Hussein in 1976. They started out with 2 aerobatic kicks and special biplane. Later they added a third. They're very well known on the international display circuit. Now another very uncomfortable negative G manoeuvre. Coming to their inverted path. In 1992, when the team converted from the pitch F2F special to the aircraft you see here, the extra EA300 initially as a free ship, then came a fourth aeroplane. Now to the Boeing company concerned, with an aircraft provided to it by the United States Navy, one of the most potent multi-role fighter aircraft in the world today, and an extremely noisy one some of you might wish to take note of. This is an aeroplane that keeps its display tight and loud in front of us. It's soon to take off. We're about to the aircraft. Aircraft loaded up there to well.
Just keep one for when it comes from. Thank you, thank you.
This one of the Airbus test aircraft. There were originally 5 aeroplanes in the test program, so that has now been released to 3, reduced rather to 3, as it progresses and as production aircraft begin to be delivered. A lot of large aircraft, they would be restricted to an angle of back of about 30 degrees or so, mainly because of the strains on the fin and the rudder area with high side loads. But this aircraft capable of up to about 80 degrees, very strong, and not just an airshow performer, it has practical military application as well. Topping out on that is about 1,200 feet before descending in towards us. Once again, as of June, the A400M flight test program has seen some 2,300 flights being completed by the 5 aircraft in the course of over 6,500 flying hours, and Airbus says that 90% of the development and test effort for this aircraft is now done. Back to the 400M. Preservation. One of the other ones was into reliable storage because production aircraft is now very much arriving in service. The first one for the French Air Force was delivered last year, and already the first Armée de l'Air A400M being employed operationally in support of the French military Mali, amongst other things, and the Turkish Air Force is the second air arm type. UK gets its first one in September, and Mark, this has seen a great amount of redevelopment that strides northeast as the base prepares for this and other aircraft. Absolutely, I got involved with Project Future Bride about 11 years ago, and it's finally complete. About 5 years ago, you could see the building site, the large building site itself. Mobility hub for the Royal Air Force. So part there is the future of the Royal Air Force, and there may be some of you in the crowd today who would like to be a part of that future. Absolutely. The RAF are recruiting at the moment for all of the specialisations.
50 years in service, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fairford Anniversary Airshow. Ladies and gentlemen, the conference is synchronized. Roll! Flight pause. And negative, which implies that the weight of your body will be submitted to variation.
up, coming down. Aircraft flying at 90 knots and on to the final approach.
Whilst the aircraft's manoeuvring, let's step out of the scenario and talk about the weapon systems the Apache has. If you look at the pylons on the outer part of the aircraft, that is where the Hellfire missiles are stored. The Hellfire, which you've just seen used, has two different modes of guidance, laser or radar. The laser guided variant flies down the laser beam fired from the aircraft, whereas the radar guided one is fire and forget. Next to the Hellfire are the rockets. Each pod can carry up to 19 rockets. Finally, located under the nose of the aircraft is the 30mm cannon. This fires 10 rounds a second at distances of over 4 kilometres. The pilot wears a monocle over their right eye, which they can use to aim and fire the gun. The large dome on the top of the aircraft is called the Fire Control Radar, or the FCR. This can find large amounts of targets with its computer, prioritising those things for the crew to shoot at. Back into the scenario, with the crew and out manoeuvring low level, utilising that fire control radar, the FCR, to find any targets that are out there. The Apache now climbing into the overhead, just confirming the destruction of the target. By climbing, the crew can see better into the target area and give them a better perspective.
Apache, this is Hammer. We're receiving more fire. Request rocket attack to suppress the enemy. Rocket.
And there's no mean feat in that 10-ton aircraft that you see in front of you. The Apache, in coordination with the ground call signs, have now successfully destroyed all the targets. And they're going to fly past the ground at low level And once the aircraft positions for the low-speed pass, something to bear in mind, this is a 9G fighter. And although a lot of work has gone into reducing the weight of helmet and mask assemblies, they still weigh nevertheless about 3.5 pounds. And at 9G, that equates to the pilot having to hold 31.5 pounds. No surprise that at the aircraft getting trained, the vast majority of people have increased their mass. With Lufttransport Shuttle 6 outside. This multi-purpose machine. Normally they have crew also comprising a couple of load masters, but later of course this helicopter is very useful in Switzerland. In 1965, the aircraft they initially used was the Folland Gnat. That was the advanced jet trainer in the Royal Air Force in that era. But in 1976, the Hawk and Sydney Hawk entered service, and in 1980, the Red Arrow started using the Hawk for its display aircraft, which is the aircraft you see flying today. The Hawk is a very successful British export. It's been sold to over 19 countries across the world, and it continues to impress in its new guise as an advanced jet trainer. Out to the front, the smoke's gone off, its 4 and 5 have moved forward. This shape resembles that of the Russian fighter jet, the Su-27, and the NATO code. Now you'll see red formation to stay as one as they manoeuvre. The outside pilots really have to anticipate their control inputs to make the wing move as one, and they do so by using the cadence in all of Red 1's voice commands. But now in from the left, celebrating 50 display seasons, some very patriotic red, white and blue. A big round of applause please, it's Phoenix! Before they perform their own roles and split in the Jippo break. Coloured smoke comes on. This is the Vixen break. We are the Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team, the Red Arrows! Our finals. So there we go.
running in front of the crowd now. Give him a big wave. This is Red 1, squadron leader Jim Turner. He's waving, boys and girls. Give him a wave back. Here's Red 4, Flight Lieutenant Ollie Hart. Red 5, Flight Lieutenant Steve.
So there we bring to an end a really high performance showing from the Belgian. Here coming to an end the display, the F-16A MLU Fighting Falcon in the hands of Commandant Agnès Renaud-Graff. Small funds and tools high wingmen are lining up to await the chronomat formation. Blackbird formation, and Blackbird formation is a symbol of the crisis stage.
was the Black second Dan British champion in Taekwondo. She's a pilot herself, gaining a private pilot's license in 2008. Meanwhile, new to the team for this year is wing walker Lydia Beadle, who joined the team in April 2014. This is despite the fact that her audition flight up on the Stearman's wing took place in the rain. George did remember that we have two sisters in the wing walking lineup, both Stella and Emily Gilding. Stella's been in the team since 2009. Emily is a geography graduate who works full-time for environmental consultancy. Stella is a personal instructor and in Cheltenham who's been a keen skydiver. So a lovely space there. We've seen them split down into two pairs. Yes, you can see the athleticism of those girls are absolutely extraordinary. They're incredibly fit and they do an awful lot of gymnastic work. You can see just to get a pace and then it comes that way for the flip. Yes, as I said, these no ordinary aircraft here. They're very uprated, not just the engine, but also in order to improve the roll speed of the aircraft, an extra pair of ailerons are fitted to the upper biplane wings, slave to the ones on the lower wings, and that's what gives them the ability to manoeuvre under the extra weight and drag that they have as a result of having somebody walking on the wing. What can one say about the team founder, Nick Norman, who's been flying with walking displays under various sponsorships for over 25 years, and founded his operating company Aero in 1982, and it's quite incredible that he's managed to earn a living from display flying for over 30 years. In now, down, give them away when they come past. Flying today, we have Dave Barrell now in his 8th season with the wing walking team, and when it's a formation pair that he's involved in, he leads the display. Dave started his flying career flying parachute jump aircraft in East Anglia. He soon discovered flying the Stearman, started to do who now knows been with the team around 8 years and a well-known experience with wing walkers. But I take my hat off, I was going to say young Emily, she's actually the older sister of Stella, and it's taken her a while to get into Stella's business. Stella, of course, been with the team already for 6 years, but I think Emily just couldn't resist having a go herself. This is Ondina, and Ondina is really, really good. It's so safe and so pleasant, you could wash your babies in it. On the leading edge there, we should on the next flight mark see the girls standing on the fuselage. Yes, just prove that they whatever you have. I'm missing out on balls. By Britain's 6th Airborne Division. This involves both glider-borne and parachute troops. their objectives. Number 2334 had also carried out a number of casualties at the aftermath of D-Day. One such, recorded in the squadron's operation record books, 2 Dakotas from the unit were accompanied by 6 Spitfires as escorts while transporting headquarters personnel from number 83 wing from their base at Thorney Island in West Sussex to an advanced landing ground. One of the Dakotas on the return leg brought home 3 stretcher cases, and the pilots reported that, quote, the town of Caen seemed to be on fire. Such was the devastation that had been wrought already in the Normandy campaign.
Preparing its return on the axis, it's time for me to introduce Atos 4. Major Romain Bétou, Mirage F1 pilot, is now moving backwards between the other wings. And now the formation is a Lausanne formation, coming back on the perpendicular axis. the Mirage F1 pilot. He's moving forward now inside the station. He will be the leader in 2015. I hope you enjoy the show and it's not more too long. We call it La Série because it has been created by one of the pilots in the 90s, and his nickname was Cherry, and he's now flying for many years in the Breitling Z team. Because it has been created by one of the pilots in the 90s, and his nickname was Cherry, and he's now flying for many years in the Breitling Z team. Talking a few seconds ago about these maneuvers that are famous in the team, and the one that is coming back just in front of us and sitting. This is a wing to our friends from the Switzerland, the Swiss team. This is what we call test jet 4 aircraft. The team